Hello everybody, my name is TG Goji, and today I decided to make a bit of a shorter video as there isn't really all that much to analyze with this matchup aside from simple power cliffing. Also, it's way easier for me to edit, so that's a plus. And also, yeah, this is my new YouTube avatar, by the way. Comment down below if you like it or not, and I might keep it or I won't. I don't know. But let's not waste any more time and get right into this. So I've been seeing this a lot recently, and I've also been thinking about it a lot as well. Is Shimo stronger than Ghidorah? And the answer might just surprise you. So without further ado, let's begin. So in the novelization for Godzilla x Kong, it's stated that the blue supercharged state that Godzilla was in before he evolved was stated to be comparable to that of his thermonuclear form that he achieved in Boston in King of the Monsters. And I've been seeing this argument a lot, so I'll just debunk it right now. No, Hampton is not referring to how supercharged only looks. Both forms are literally leaking out energy because they have too much inside them. If you believe that supercharged only looks the part, I have an example for you. Let's say you have Goku and Vegeta fighting each other. In this fight, Goku unleashes a new form that's so powerful, energy starts pouring out of his body, making an aura cloud that starts destroying the environment around it, and then Vegeta powers up to the point where it's not as extreme of an effect as Goku's aura cloud, but it's still destroying the environment around them, along with energy now pouring out of his body as well. Now, obviously, Vegeta's energy isn't as extreme as Goku's in this scenario, but still very concerning. The same exact logic can be applied to Thermoverse Supercharged. So are we really going to assume that Supercharged only looks the part and isn't as strong as the narrative itself implies? Because if so, those people really don't have any reading comprehension at all. Anyways, back on course. I got a little off track there for a second. So if this supercharged Godzilla is relative or comparable to his thermonuclear state in 2019, it makes sense to say that this supercharged Godzilla in GXK would be able to beat Ghidorah with relative ease. It's also worth mentioning that before Godzilla went thermonuclear, Ghidorah had received a rather large amp via biting down on Power Grid. So even when amped, thermonuclear Godzilla was able to easily overpower him, and by proxy, this means that supercharged Godzilla in GXK would also be able to do the same. However, Godzilla got even stronger than his supercharged form in GXK via his evolved form, which allowed Godzilla to get a 20 times energy capacity, and while a bigger energy capacity doesn't inherently mean more powerful automatically, we can assume a full power evolved Godzilla could actually reach that level of power via on-screen showings and interpretation. As in Brazil, when he was about to fire his atomic breath at Scar King, energy appeared to be flowing out of him and all around him, rather than just his spines as it does normally. It's also confirmed in the novel that energy was pouring out of him in the same manner it was during Boston. So yes, you could interpret this as Godzilla about to unleash the full power of his evolved state in that blast. There's also just blatant confirmation in the novel that Godzilla is just stronger than he's ever been now. So yeah, if you didn't believe that Evolve was stronger than Thermo, yeah, there it is. He's just stronger now. I don't know what else to tell you. It's just confirmed. Sorry. Now, where does Shimo fit into all this? Well, according to pretty much every source for GXK as well as on-screen showings, Shimo is pretty much equal to evolved Godzilla, with the novelization stating it be a toss-up between Godzilla and Shimo when they fought. And since we can say that Godzilla can reach up to 20 times stronger than his thermonuclear self in his evolved form, this means that Shimo through pure scaling would be close to 20 times stronger than Ghidorah ever was, even with his power grid amp. However, let's say you don't believe that Shimo is that powerful for whatever reason. We at least know that Shimo is at bare minimum slightly stronger than Ghidorah. We know this due to an official piece of advertisement for the movie claiming that Godzilla's strength and speed in his evolved form are at bare minimum twice as much. Whether or not this meant his base form or his supercharged form is up to interpretation, as it's never really specified. And since Shimo is basically equal to evolved Godzilla, we can say Shimo is likely slightly stronger than Ghidorah either way, so at a lowball, Shimo is a little stronger than Ghidorah, but as a baseline, she's up to 20 times stronger than him. So to settle this debate, yes, Shimo will beat Ghidorah most of, if not every single time. And what makes this even crazier is that the recent power cliffing in the Monsterverse means that even Godzilla would dwarf Ghidorah in power. Hell, even Kong with the Beast Glove likely is relative to Ghidorah at this point. The reason for that being that Kong with the Beast Club was able to stun Godzilla and even overpower him to an extent. And while Godzilla did easily overpower him moments later, this at least proves that Kong at this point is comparable to an evolved Godzilla who can be implied to be 2 times stronger than his supercharged state, which in turn is comparable to his burning state, who was stronger than an amped Ghidorah from 2019, in turn making Kong at least relative or maybe even stronger than Ghidorah, depending on interpretation. It's honestly crazy to think how even the giant threat that was Ghidorah is pretty much cannon fodder to multiple other titans in the current Monsterverse. So to answer the question, yes, Shimo is stronger than Ghidorah, and by a pretty substantial amount at that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope I cleared up any misconceptions you might have had about GXK. I do plan to post more Monsterverse content in the future, if I do feel like it. And speaking of future content, not only do I plan to upload more consistently from now on, well, at least I plan to, but I also might integrate a Cash App system in the future if anybody wants to take requests for videos. Let me know in the comments below if you do want me to integrate a Cash App system, and yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. So yeah, I hope y'all learned some stuff. This has been TG Goji. Peace.